Hello, good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I hope everyone is okay and in good health. Welcome to Forex Black Box channel. This is next week Forex recover market overview. First thing first, disclaimer: Forex carry a high level of risk. You may lose all your investment, and this information I'm providing for you guys is for education only purpose only, and you need to be careful how much you're risking. I know last a few days and weeks, there's a lot of people been self-employed and they're looking to invest in forex or stock or future option, what have you. So you be careful how much you need to invest, because if you invest all your money and you lose it, you're done. So I don't want you to be done on a flat surface. I want you to be risking only some certain percentage. If you lose this, you still have money to cope with your life day-to-day activities. So let's move on to the market. First thing first, let's talk about coronavirus. Is kind of dominating the whole world economy itself. People, jobs, government, every single thing is moving on this earth has been affected by coronavirus. Of course, except animals and stuff like that. I'm not sure about the story of the animals, but talk about humans, day-to-day activities, buying and selling, trading, the regular trade, the hard trade like food, stuff like that, and the physical basically trade and the paper trade, which is the one we're doing, electronic trades. Everything is basically affected, and the stock market and everything basically is just kind of flat. At this point, Italy, it's the highest rate on death is the 10,000 mark by Saturday in afternoon or evening in London time is 8:20 at the moment, PM London time. Don't forget the clock is going to change this week, probably tomorrow in UK time. We're going to change to summer time. The good news is we're moving on to the summer. Hopefully that summer is going to slow down the coronavirus globally or just in Europe, because pretty much we see that Europe is the one is getting affected. So yeah, so far we see that Europe, it's the one is really taking a big hit. See the four countries is Italy, Spain, France, Germany. Then after the UK is on the way. As you can see that it's kind of like a high rate deaths and cases bubble. It's like a bubble chart. You can see it very clearly. You can see one, two, three, four. So if we connect these two together, then after that probably it's gonna jump here first, more higher, then come back to France, then probably gonna go to UK next and US as well. So if we go out a little bit, we see that China kind of stopped reporting. I'm not sure what's going on in China. I'm not sure if they have found a cure, or they kind of like they find a way to defeat it, or they don't report uh, life status of the coronavirus in their country. That could be for multiple reasons. Is they don't want to affect their economy more than been happening already. Coronavirus already globally been known by everybody, so I don't see a point of uh, kind of declaring their information out loud. So probably there's more cases, more deaths, but they don't want to share it with the rest of the globe. So pretty much they're being hit at first, so they don't want to take higher hit. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what the story of you China doesn't want to share more, or they actually stopped the virus to be spreading, or they didn't do any more tests. I don't know. US look like we are 10,000. Sorry, we are 140,000 cases at the moment. We're going to 105,000 cases, almost there, and we are 1,711 deaths at this time. So far, we're looking like the pattern. There's a pattern going on globally. If you can notice that, is they call it upper atmosphere or whatever, the upper area of the Earth itself, it's kind of like, which is a cold area. That's where the virus is more active. But the middle area, which is hotter on Earth, is basically is less. So my expectation is by the summer coming in, it should have some effect on the virus to reduce, to put the curve down, to flatten the curve of the coronavirus, keep trending up. It's flat at the moment in Italy, but they don't see momentum of going down. So I don't know. That is all to do with how much cases they find out about. This information is only for the people they found out they have a coronavirus. They've been tested positive. The people they apply the test to, they put it to this chart basically. But however, the whole world has not been tested yet for coronavirus. That's only the people that have been tested. So if they say 20% only been tested overall of the country itself, that's mean still have 80% chance of infection not been addressed yet. So until we test the whole country, it's very tricky situation. Okay, the thing is, if you go million people and you're only testing 20,000, 30,000 out of the million or 250, you only tested 20% of this 100 million people. The chance is there's going to be more people affected at the rest of the data. So what we see now, it's only the people being tested, not the whole country. Okay, and it's very, very difficult situation to test the people and these people, but after they send the test, positive or negative, if it's a negative, he will kind of, the human being will be like, okay, I'm good, I'm all right, I'm gonna be careless to do things around and probably gonna get infected. Okay, so it's open, it's unpredictable disease. We are as a human, we are very vulnerable to any diseases basically, because the thing is, day-to-day activities and buying and selling stuff, buying food, shaking hands, touching things, touching public surfaces. You know, something come in the post, something many people touch it before you, you touch it after you touch your face, your nose, you get it. You know what I mean? So it's a very, very complicated situation, and the way out of this situation is a miracle. Okay, a miracle is this virus got like shelf life is gonna end by the summer. All we have to do now to be isolated and to be careful what to do, even if you've been positive or negative, it doesn't matter. Regardless what your status is, you should be still be careful because you could infect your loved one, you could infect your kids, your family member, or your friend, or anybody, even strangers. You shouldn't be responsible. You're not going to be feeling responsible of doing so. So my advice is um, stay indoor, limited all the activities you're doing. This is a time for you to save yourself and others around you until they find a vaccine or the virus die in the summertime. We still have a few months to be active summer. Obviously, UK, Europe is normally doesn't have a high temperature, but this is the only chance we got basically. If we keep going at this rate, and we didn't really test the whole population yet, I think the high probability 50% of the population will be wiped off. I'm not sure. I cannot tell you that's the right answer to your question, or but if we didn't really test the whole data, I don't expect the whole data to be negative test or positive. I don't know. But we didn't have the full data yet, the full people being tested. That's the question you ask yourself. Even if you have only 20 to 30 to 50%, even if it's 10% left to be tested, the high probability is this 10% it can infect others, you know. So we need to be in isolation. We need to be more time, and I think that's it's going to be longer than we think of. Like I know that US trying to do 2 weeks only. I think guys we're talking about a few months, not 2 weeks. Weeks is a very small amount to put people back together. If you put people back together again, all what you did previously is going to be wiped off, because whoever been not infected or infected, that will be mixed with the infected people and non-infected, so the whole population will be infected, and we put in very high risk globally, or national only, without hedge, or without a vaccine. If we have a vaccine, maybe we can back to business, and if you get sick, we give you the vaccine, we monitor you, and we move on. But if you don't have insurance of the risk you're taking to let people go back again and work together, that's madness. That's like you blowing your account, like in trading. That's meaning like you blowing the whole economy system, everything as it is already broken. So you're gonna make it worse. So that's my opinion. Um, I'm not a leader or anybody, but that's common sense. If you got some people infected, you're isolated from the people non-infected. However, if you mix both of them together, probably you have the whole thing has been infected. So there is no good idea to go back to work or anything, or take high risk. If you worry about your health, you shouldn't go out anyways. Even if US wanted to go back after 2 weeks, they are mad. Don't listen to these people. It doesn't make sense to go among the people. Probably they are sick, but they don't have any symptoms yet. But they're only carrying the virus, and the virus waiting for another vulnerable human being to jump in and affect you, because your immune system is not stronger as this person. Makes sense? Anyway, let's move on. Okay, let's go back to the market. We see that that's S&P 500. We see that last 24 hours, we see that we're down to about more than 50%, 60% down. So I will show you the chart later on, but we just look to the map itself, we look to the world itself all together. You see that we are down. If we look in the past months, you see that we're down in the months, 2 months. Let's see 3 months performance. 3 months performance, you see it's really down, guys. This is not a bullback. That's a bear trend. Bear trend. The reason being is coronavirus is cutting every business down. Uh, Employment, you name it, everything, basically shipment, everything, delivery, food, everything is going to be collapsed. It's not good to say that, but that's the reality. If you trade in this market, don't buy any stock yet. When they find a vaccine, you could think about buying. It's very simple strategy. If they find a vaccine, not working on it, if been successful a vaccine, then you start to be buying, and you know that is going to go up again. Everything is start to come back to normal, but it's not going to come back all the way up to all-time highs. Basically, it's going to back to normal only. Okay, that means it's not going to be flash crash down. Only if they find a vaccine. Other than that, any pullback, sell. Any pullback, sell, because there is no point for someone who will keep their money in high risk assets like S&P 500. And I will show you later on the chart what happened to S&P 500 on Friday. Let's quickly look at the Forex. We see that crude oil $21, go down 3.5 point just on the daily. There you go. On the daily, you can see that it's dropping down crazy. That's the daily view. It's very, very clear. It's going down. It's not building a base to go up. It's basically there's no momentum up. I will show you later on the chart. That's on the day performance. Pound come back 2% high. The lowest is US, obviously give back down. It was just like that. Ups, down. Volatility is very, very high. As you can see that on the, I will show you later on the chart. So what happened is we got pounds up, Aussie right behind it. Then after that, dollar. Aussie went up a little bit because of the stock on Friday, went up and come back down right where it all started. So whoever brought from here, it didn't think twice to stay over the weekend. Basically, everyone exit their position because they don't want to leave their position open. If I went all the way up here, probably it's going to open somewhere down here, because US, the cases is increasing. People dying every day, every minute. People dying from coronavirus only. Plus the regular death, like cancer, like accident, stuff like that. So that is actually incremental this you put this coronavirus cases and death plus what happening on a regular basis, that is increasing this regularly. So yeah, this is another talk another time. But anyway, let's just focus on the market. To see bound US, of course, popped back up because of what happened. Dollar is just giving back. So yeah, pound is a good buying, but I reckon that is going to go down if we follow the proper price action, because there's two factors about what's going on at this time. This is this is a new way of trading, high volatility, and it's not going to probably respect support or resistance, because the reality is it's something that out there is controlling the market, people behavior. So as you can see the chart here, euro coming back up a little bit, 0.11, and I will show you the chart anyway. Let's just jump to the chart after. We'll just look to the calendar. Got some New Zealand news, China, US, all together, nothing else high impact about this New Zealand, and after that probably US all the week. So what we have here on Friday, we have non-farm payroll, and we have unemployment rate. That put it 3.8%, is 3.5, and this is gonna go wild. Telling you, just wait for it. I think it's gonna be by millions. My estimated is about 5 to 6 million unemployment rate, probably gonna be increased in here. So don't take the previous one. It's completely different than these days. A lot of people out of work, and a lot of people claiming benefit from the government, and huge amount never happened before. If you're watching the following the news, you probably know what I'm talking about. So it could be an event, or it could be just as expected, already priced in the market, because his office rate probably gonna know that because what's happening at these days. So yeah, I don't expect to be surprised for everybody. It will be just keep going down. High, I mean, high here is gonna be going up high. So let's see. Um, moving on, indexes. So what happened with bound here? If you remember the last time we talked about it, I know that the guys I'm not doing any live streaming. The reason being I was very busy, and the market is very high volatile, and I trade a little bit of pound. I didn't really risk much, but hopefully this week I will do more. I'll try to do 1 or 2 stream during the week. No promises, but I will do my best to do it because I'm busy as well. I've got other things to take care of here, family and stuff like that. Also, if you're new, please subscribe, like, and or dislike, whatever you like. Leave a comment to follow up on my videos, and I'm looking to do more, hopefully in the coming weeks, to do price action series on my channel. And yeah, just stay tuned. I'm working on that, and I will try to put some few videos together to put it on the channel very soon. Okay, let's get into pound. So what we can see here, pound basically went all the way up here, and we can see a rejection. We just get this big, because pound is the most traded currency for myself. So we see here, basically we couldn't break higher than the swing high since the election. Then after that, we'll try to break this high. We kind of very big rejection. I told you guys this very important level. And since we saw that candle, it's indicating that momentum is very strong down, because it's very big rejection. If you're a buyer who trying to fight this market, you'll be crazy. If you're a big player, you move in the market at small percentage, maybe 2 to 3%, you could move the market. You will never put your money on something like that on that day. So if you can see that will break below here, that's your signal to jump in the market and try to see 3 legs down, 3, 1, 2, 3. We had a 3, 1 down, and after that we kind of like we had like triangle here. We break out, and we're coming back up. We close this gap. We just touch it and we close it, and we stopped here. So this gap closed the last high, but we still have a gap here to be filled. So we have this area to play on this week. My expectation is probably we're gonna pop up here a little bit, and we'll come back down and we'll do this. Ultimately, we'll be looking for a second leg to confirm that's trending back up. If we don't see that second leg and we keep going up, probably gonna do high volatility like what's happening with US. As you can see, this market is moving crazy. Huge bips on cable, over 1,700 bips last week or the week before. So they don't respect any support or resistance. Even cable itself, I can't say all-time lows, but since 19 something, that was the low of pound used to be. I don't see that on the chart anywhere. That's the lowest we ever been in front of my eyes. There must be some other data somewhere else. And yeah, so anyway, it's just to follow the best area to buy or sell. That's only the index is showing you how pound doing. So far here we kind of hold in here. We broke this low. That's the index itself overall, not cable only, but that's what it looks like. We hold here, we found some support, and we bounced up. So far we are about 50% of this move. My expectation is we'll try to test the other 50% of the other side. If we hold on it, probably will come back up to reach challenges highs. So my play is I'll be looking for pullback. I can trade it, I can short pound next week. It will be a good opportunity if I see momentum coming back down. My play will be breaking below this one. My expectation will be measure move. Take this one here, come back, measure move. Basically the same amount of bips here is going to be the same amount of bips here. And I think that's what's going to happen because pound kind of lost the value because of the helicopter money and the government stimulus going around UK, US, stuff like that. So yeah, just keep in mind, don't trade too much, guys. Don't risk your house or your security money or your saving because you lost your job. No, no, no. Just try to allocate a few percentage of your money to trade to get your minimum a little bit of income to learn. If you're new, you need to take your time. You can't just take your hard working money, lose it in a minute or a day. Okay, it's very important to understand that there's not the time to play or gambling. There's a time to educate yourself, find the right trade. You trade it with the proper money management. Do not put too much money because as much as it can go in your favor, as much it can go against you. Okay, you need to remember that there are two way. There are two way. Could go into your way, great, but if you go against you, it's okay because your percentage is being controlled. Your money management is great, but if it's not, you're gonna lose more than you supposed to lose. Okay, very important. Try to understand that every time, every morning. Repeat that to yourself. Okay, euro. Euro probably, as you can see, the last few days coming back up, coming back down, and it's kind of isolated here. That's the index. It's nothing to do with Euro USD. USD, as you can see, the volatility in USD itself. So you should focus on USD against the weakest or strongest currency. It depends if the USD is weak. See which one is stronger. We got some, of course, pound you could trade it, and euro you could trade it against the first three. That's my first choice. Euro, pound against USD. After that, you go down to yen. Yen, of course, is kind of capped here. We wave back up, false breakout. See that false breakout was a failure. When a failure breakout happen, then the buyer that will exit the position in panic, and the seller will sell at the same time, and that's why we see um, momentum coming back down. That's what was going to happen. We'll go a pullback, very weak pullback, not strong enough to take this momentum down and isolated here. Probably going to see another leg, measure move, measure move. Probably that's the base where yen will come to. Dollar, you can see that dollar will break this high, successful breakout. Then you see the successful breakout will close at the bar close at its highs. You just open a trade and you leave your stop loss below there. It depends on what pair you trade in. Obviously, that's the index. If you trade in the index, that's what you should do. You leave your stop loss below the swing. Successful breakout, you start to buying small. Then after that, if you confirm, you keep buying, buying, buying. Of course, you see that red day stalling. The next day, very weak momentum. It couldn't even go above the previous day opening. That's where you exit your positions and wait for confirmation. The breakout, it was successful here. We have a successful breakout red day. That's your play to short it all the way down. So far, what we're doing, coming back 50%, we're right at it. You see that they close at its lows. That's mean momentum is still going. Probably see a wick or less than a wick, and probably we're gonna come back down all the way down here. All where it started, that's the breakout, original breakout here. Probably will come back all the way down here, test it again, come back this 50% of this drop. Then from there, probably continue down or up. Depends. I can't tell you the future, but you only need to be in the front of the train. Okay? To be in the front of the train. Where it's going, going there, you follow. You see your stops here, here. That's the high probability places it will reach. Then you just follow it. That's what you do. Don't predict. Don't assume. Only follow the move. Okay. Yen, we talked about New Zealand. You see that we after that breakout, we come back down with one drop, two, three legs wedges here. You can see it. So we have three drops here, one, two, three. What we're doing now, we close this gap of the breakout for the last leg. Probably I'm going to see another leg down, small one to retest, and we'll come back up if we our intention to continue back up. However, if we do sideways, we be looking for breakout. Or be looking either up or down. We will see. My expectation is going to be sideways for a while. Probably will reach the bottom. Whoever sold from here, that start takes their positions, and they're waiting for 50% to reshort again, to try to reshort it if it's a failure. If we have a failure breakout, is a fail to break out higher, probably the momentum will continue down. Swiss, you can see that will be rejected up there. Failure breakout, close at its low, all the way down, and we are isolating at the moving average. No one want to buy, no one want to sell it at the moment. Just leave it on the side. No trade for me, Swiss. Okay, there is no mover. He's not weak, he's not strong, he's just sideways, so there is no good trade for you. Aussie popped up with the stock, a little bit pullback. We have some China news, high impact this week, so probably we're going to see some momentum in Aussie. You can take advantage of that by Aussie and Aussie against this three. So you can trade Aussie against this three. Probably New Zealand as well will be followed by Aussie. CAD, remember that oil is weak, and CAD itself, basically what we did, we went down, come back up 50%. We couldn't break higher, kind of sideways now. My job is to follow the breakout. I'm not going to assume there's a sideways. You could trade it. Every time come up here, sell it. If we come back down here, buy it, and so on and so forth until we start funneling to be a uh, small area. After that, we'll see the breakout. As soon as confirmed, successful breakout, buy will jump. If we come back down, successful breakout, seller will jump. Seller is going to be limited. If we come back down to these lows, watch out for this level. If we break, now we are more than 50% of this move. Probably we're going to break lower, retest and continue down. Up momentum, probably going to be retesting these highs again, or just before the highs, these areas here right there. That wall could be kind of stopped here and we'll come back down for a second leg on the bigger time frame. Okay, so that's the indexes, guys. Let's go to the chart. Okay, that's S&P 500. Just hide everything away. So that's the weekly. What I was looking on a monthly before the reason of knowing where we are, how far we went. Okay, the reason being I put it on monthly, I wanted to know since how far we are. Hold on a second. From the high to the lows, how did I calculate the other day? Sorry. We are up from the bottom all the way up here, 164%. which is not what I wanted to do. Okay, from the high to the low, guys, we dropped down 56% overall. 57%, 56% to more or less. Okay, drop from the highs, all-time highs. How far we went up from there? From the bottom at this momentum, 16% only on the monthly. The month is going to finish soon. However, we already moved down, so my expectation is it's going to stay the same, but it depends on how we're going to close. On the daily itself, when you look on the daily, you can see that successful breakout, followed by a good seller, followed by another seller, followed by a ground of exiting, probably the seller that exited their positions here, coming back up almost 50% of this breakout. From here to here, about 50%. Then after that, we fail to break higher. Then we break out of the range and we keep going down. Pullback, small pullback, and come back strong. Pullback, another drop down, kind of like almost sideways in a small range. It's not small, it's a huge range, to be honest. It's a huge range. It's not a small range at all. Okay, from this breakout up to here, about 520 point range, about 23% of the whole market. We can arrange here for a few days now, and the thing is, I'm not convinced by this. From the breakout, come back down, come back up 50%. We have a red candle, probably going to open with a gap, and we will try retest this low again one more time. I don't see any reason for the stock to come back up. There is no cure. Cases keep increasing in US globally, and the death rate is increasing as well. We ran out of beds for everybody. We didn't really test the whole population. Maybe we're talking about maybe 20% or less of the whole population being tested. US talking about let people open for business again in the next couple of weeks, which is a crazy idea. I don't recommend it. If that's happened, then we're probably going to see more legs down, even worse than what we're expecting. So my trigger is on the low time frame to see momentum down, see that actually money flying to the short momentum. Ultimately, on the price action, we have one, we have two. I was thinking we're going to see another leg down. Still, I'm talking about 2000 or 1800 level. That's going to be triggered. And probably after all of this, we'll come back to retest this drop, have a second leg, and we'll come back up. So that's what's look like. We're coming back here. This is level, coming back up 50%. Retest this breakout, come back again. This is 50% more or less, and we'll go back up. If we will come back up, we're talking about maybe a worth of months of data. And if we don't have any cure yet, probably we'll continue for another breakout, and we'll be looking for another drops, 3 drops. It's going to be crazy disaster, huge, but you have to trade what you see. Anyway, oil. So you can see oil here, talked about many times before, from these highs, keep dropping, can keep dropping, and is still looking for 20 to 10 dollars per barrel. So $10 is not far from it, to be honest. I don't see why not that will go there. We kind of see here sideways and indecision going on after the breakout. Come back retest, probably resist retest measure somewhere around here, and we'll break lower. Strong momentum. We're not slowing down. So what we see here in this area, we see it here. As soon as you come double top, waterfall. If that come back double top again and go down again, my expectation is it's going to break lower, and $10, $12 and a half is going to be the mark for the next few days. I ultimately, guys, overall, do not buy any stock or any asset will be connected to coronavirus or high impact by coronavirus, like a gold, like S&P 500, the seller, it's the way to go for now if you try to invest on it, and ultimately do not invest everything at once. Just test the water, put 10% of your all percentage you want to put. If you want to put 2% to trade, take out of this 2%, 10% only to open the first trade. And if it's going to your way, then you keep loading to it. If it's not going to your way, exit your position with small losses. Then after that, you wait for the next opportunity. Okay. So far, oil couldn't really go up more than that. We have a couple of spikes here. Then after that, try to go back up rotation and it's feeding away. I think that's going back down. Very clear. You can see it on daily. If you go down to the 4 hours, you can see that's kind of like every time come up here, pop down, come back up, come back down, and we couldn't even we go up. We break below this level on 4 hours. We retested on the close. Probably we open somewhere down here. I'm gonna open with a gap because the more seller than buyer at this point. This is some seller that exit the positions. I don't believe there any buyer at this market at the moment. All the green candle you see or the blue ones that are exiting their positions. And every time exit the position, every time the algos see that's high risk, stop losses here, they take their position off, some of it, and they keep the rest. And as soon as they start to go back down, they're loading more and they move their stop close to the last swing. Like here. And after that, if you drop break below it, they're still in the trade, but their stop loss just above this swing. Okay, not here, maybe some here, I don't know. But overall, the big player they leave their stop loss above here because they're looking for a big move. I'll be a bit quicker. Gold. Gold is very uh, unstable in my opinion. Stock market going down, gold is supposed to go way up than what it is now if it's a safe haven. I heard some news about they don't have enough gold to cover their contract. I'm not sure what's going on, but you only need to follow the technical analysis itself. You can see that we kind of stalled here. That looks like a bear flag, slowing down in momentum on a daily, and probably we're going to see another leg down. Non-farm payroll on Friday, so that could move it more faster than what I think. But I'm looking for another leg down to try to show momentum that you want to hold. The last stand will be around this level. If you wanted to come back up, I'll probably be shorting it all the way down here. Then I will exit and stand by for the next opportunity. And if you want to come back up to retest the 50% of this drop itself and go back down, then I will follow up. If it's not, I'll be waiting for breakout of this area, show some buyer really want to buy it. Because my expectation is stock is going to go lower and uncertainty going on next few days, weeks. Okay. Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin basically, see that bear flag broke below it without notice. Keep going, another bear flag, and we'll break really momentum, big strong. That's exhausting candle. Very big momentum, follow up by a wick and showing that they're exit position as much as you can see here. All this area is a position exiting. The next drop down, buyers start jumping in the market. We see that breakout successful by this candle. Successful breakout. However, we still be looking for the 50% of this move. If I did this correctly, the breakout, the low, talking about this level, that's about 50 to 60%. It's not going to be exact 50%, but you're looking between 50 to 60%. And you see that been rejected here, coming back slowly, and been rejected again, and we're coming back down. What we see here, guys, if you notice that we are kind of start to rotate. Okay, so we kind of like we're holding this level. Every time come nearby, it drop. Every come nearby, it drop. That's algo trading. The algorithm or artificial intelligence, that's what they do. And big orders coming through. So you should follow the price action, and all the algos around the globe is being created by price action. It's not by any magic indicator or anything. It's all to do with price action. The algos itself or the artificial intelligence, they look to where we are, where's the support, where's the resistance, where the last price, where the breakout from, and how many uh, momentum up, breakout. That's a new set of trade. One, two, probably going to another three down. So that's how algo calculated. It depends if it's a daily trader or a weekly trader or a monthly trader or a minute trader or even a second traders. So that's how you should follow the brass action, because the brass action is the ultimate key to to be successful in this market. So what I can tell you from here, we kind of losing momentum and we kind of rotating back down to these lows. Probably going to see another leg down, or maybe before at this close, to come back down here. Probably going to pop up again and probably come back down if the global economy is loose as it is now. So I'll be looking only for a sell, since the failure breakout is a failure. You can see it's a failure, and we broke the last few days. We're coming back down. However, we're still above this level, so I don't see any indication to come back up yet. My expectation is to come at least this level and try to break it. If you break it, then we'll be looking for another leg down, and you should just limit your take profit. Do not hold for forever. Take whatever the market give you and be thankful. Okay, do not hold, because it can any minute just come against you and kill your position, or market will crash up or crash down. So yeah. Okay, the dollar index, as you can see, the volatility is I'm not gonna say beautiful, but it's very easy to trade, guys. Look at that. Was your signal. This is a red candle. It's a strong red candle after all these greens, just like what the stock did before, and we'll break below it, and we keep going down. The very next candle green, you see the strong momentum reverse the last candle high, and over 50-60% of the previous candle, two candles. So that's indication of coming back up, break out of it, continue retesting again. So the market is quite fair. It giving you so many opportunity to get in. You come back again here and show you that is really wanted to go back up, because you see that brass action telling you this candle, it's your trigger, your entry. As much as you can, close by. As soon as this candle closes, you should open a position, and your stop loss should be below there. And look what happened. Major move, a big move up. Break this high, successful breakout. Obviously, is a big move. I'm coming back down now. That's a high volatility trade going on. This candle is a qualifier to be momentum down. That was your entry, or halfway, or even at the close. Your stop loss should be below above this high, swing high. If you want to trade this to the momentum down, at least to this level. Of course, we went through it, and we close all the way down. The candle close all the way to its tail. So we don't see any trader regret the position and the exit before the market close completely. So that's still momentum going on. Probably going to see another leg down or ice sideways here and come back more leg down. The volatility is very high. So since the market is starting to move strongly down, up, coming back down, probably going back up 50% and come back lower. Watch out for market volatility. Very important to understand that. The same goes here. That's just the opposite of dollar index. We'll break higher. Another momentum measure move from the breakout of this red candle. If you notice, breakout of this red candle, another momentum here, and we'll break out as a measure move. This is exactly measure move. Come back the same story. We'll break out of this candle, and it is a measure move. Okay, what happened here is we have one momentum back up, about more than 50%. However, is very strong momentum up. You see that buyers really loading, which is of course is the dollar index is a big player on this move. So I'm looking for something similar to this, or similar to this, or similar to this. So I'm looking for another candle slowing down, dodgy, or a red candle. Then that will be your trigger to buy at the breakout. Your first target will be the close of this candle, previous candle. Okay, USN. Dollar yen, I already put this support long time ago. That's a support level from the previous levels here since 2016. I'm looking on the daily here. Sorry guys, just try to get this correct so you can see the bigger picture. This candle itself is a qualifier. As we go back up, we give you one leg down here, and the second one, of course, in a lower time frame, you're probably going to see some consolidation here, and that's why the price come back down to it and give you opportunity to long from here. So we see that momentum coming back up. However, this candle is showing that slowing down momentum. The following candle showing that there's no more interest of buying. The third one is confirming it. And what you do now, wait for the breakout. Breakout, probably retested again during the day and will continue back down. My ultimate target will be around this level. If you come back down here and show stronger momentum back up, probably will come back up to retest the 50% here and we'll go higher from there. If it doesn't show small, if you show you small candle, probably going to continue one measure move. Uh, bear flag, not bull's flag, that's a bear flag. On a bigger time frame, that look like a bear flag here, big momentum up. So I'll be looking for measure move, pull back, measure move. Just gonna break that low by a few pips, and we're probably gonna see some pullback to it. If I'm speaking to you gibberish and you don't understand what I'm talking about, that's the price action. That's what you're supposed to be following. You need to understand that 50% is playing a big role in Forex market or any market. You player, like you can see here, pound, we have a really, really strong momentum up, down, coming back up. That's the first pullback after a big drop. There's going to be a sell pullback. However, we can see that is actually strong momentum up. All the bars are strong, showing that price action is strong momentum up. However, we only below the 61% Fibonacci and it's quite a respectful level. And if you look left, you see some area here, consolidation here, here, and these highs, these lows. So what we're looking for, we're looking for confirmation on low time frame, and you need to be following dollar index, see how dollar doing because cable against the dollar here, so that's a cable. So you need to check out how it's going with dollar and how it's going with pound economy. So that's two indicator you need to keep an eye on. And we are at this candle. If you look at this candle here, I like it when it's all red, 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 green, green, green. Very easy to trade. There is no indecision. It's all straightforward. This candle you need to watch. If you're gonna leave this level, if you're going to leave this level either up or down, that will be your trigger. If you close below this level, if you break below here another day up and come back down strong, that could be the second leg down to retest this level. It's going to be a good buying. If he's go up above here, we'll try to close this gap, which is about 27,800. And from there, we will see if we're going to see a pullback to buy more. If it's not, we're going to see next week we'll come back to do the 50% of this move or a second leg. Could be break out of it a little bit and come back strong. It's going to be double bottom. Double bottom with angle. It doesn't have to be exactly at the same level, guys. Double bottom could be just a break below a little bit. We have one leg here, a second, and the third one just to break below it. That could be qualifier to go back up. Some algos see that as a breakout and test of it, and we will take it up high. As you can see, that is a breakout from here. See that? That was a failure. Come back the next day, pull back down. However, we have three legs down. 1, 2, 3, and that's the third one. And some algos they just take it up. Okay. So moving on, euro pound. So keep in mind, pound is going to be strong because pound moved really big down. I don't think any seller want to sell pound at this point. And euro pound itself, we see this is a good stalling level to buy from. If you want to wait until confirmation, you could wait above this level as I told you before. Wait for rotation to retest. If you're following me, we break out of this level. Let me change the colors so it will be more visible. This level, we break out of it, come back, and we kind of continue back up, break above this swing, and here we go. We have a major move. Could end it here, but we went the extra mile. We actually went all the way to previous high and we broke above it, but it was a failure. As you can see, it's a failure, breakout, and now we're coming back down. Well, so far, what are we doing? From this high to this low, 50% of this breakout and this high. We close below the 50%. Let's see what's going to happen this week. My expectation is we see small candle and probably we're going to continue back down. Ultimately, it's going to be like a head and shoulder. See that? Head, shoulder, and we're coming back low. Probably at this level. Okay. I don't trade it myself. If you trade it, that's my view. Same goes here. Yen is getting weak a little bit, and you see pound just pull back, buying back their ground. So what we see here from the breakout, some people or some algos that will see this as a range, buy, sell, buy, sell. But what you can see here, we extended down here, and that was a successful breakout. You can tell from this red candle, strong momentum, strong momentum, strong, and we keep going strong. Short it here from this high to this low, from this high to this low breakout. Only from the breakout, we're about 50% right on it. And my expectation is we're gonna see some small leg down or red candle like similar to this one. If it's not that strong, we'll probably come back up again to try to break out of this gap, try to fill this gap, two tops, and we'll see what's gonna happen from here. If we see two tops, we'll be looking for bull flag and small volatility momentum, then we'll break higher. Otherwise, if we see bear flag start to losing momentum, then we'll break lower. Ultimately, will be 50% of this move. Okay. Pound Aussie, non-trade for me, not Aussie or New Zealand at the moment. A very high volatility going on, and we can in a range. You could trade when you see in the low time frame that's indicating to come back up. There's no any major move or any momentum for me. It's only sideways. You put your marker. That's your area of trading. That's a realistic place to trade up and down. This two spike up is because of the stock and pound. So this is not going to happen again. I don't think so. I don't see that we can break higher than this level. This level, it was a failure. There was a failure. It was a failure. However, we're still there. We're still here. So non-trade for me. There's another pairs to trade it. You don't have to risk your money on this no, right now, especially stock at risk. And Aussie and New Zealand, they move with the stock. So don't risk anything until you see a clear direction. We're still in the sideways at these levels. It's huge moves. Each move is like 1,800 pips, 1,008 pips on a day. So one day down, 800 pips from the top to the bottom, about 1,000, 1,900 pips. It's a lot. Okay, this is very, very high volatility. I don't recommend that you risk money on it now. Just stay on the side or get in, get out, get in, get out. Really, just don't hope for more than what you can get. Even in 1 hourly, you can see that it's kind of sideways. You could just kind of like from the breakout, you can buy. You target these levels. Don't stay for high momentum because what happened here will come back down all the way down here. You'll be scared and you will exit, and you will be like, say why I didn't exit here. You could exit, enter here, exit these highs, shows this momentum here in a low time frame. It's coming back strong. You short it all the way down to target these lows. After that, show that rejection. You kind of like, okay, that's a good place. We break out of this level, wait for a retest. We retest it, we take it back higher to this level. You exit there, and you see that candle showing that indecision. The following candle broke below it. You take it low and try to high lows. Okay, so what happened here? Low, high, higher, lower high, high high, lower high channel. It is tradable, but already my hand is full and I don't need extra to confuse around, so I don't really put much attention to it. I have a pound and gold and S&P 500 to trade. So what we have here, pound CAD, we come back down. We are the 50% now. My expectation is what I think is going to happen here. We're right in the middle of this range. I will be monitor this level to break above it or retesting the 50%. So far we stopped here. We'll come up here and we stopped. Let's see if it's gonna be successful breakout to try to challenge this close, or it's gonna be a failure next probably tomorrow night. We will see more. My expectation be 50% at these lows, and probably gonna be like a leg down and come back up to hold here, and we'll continue back up. Okay, if CAD still weak, probably we're gonna keep going. If CAD getting strong, for pull back, probably will come back 50% test. Okay, pound Swiss. This is very clear trend down, guys. As you can see here, we'll break out of this level, we'll break out, retest, and continue back down. We couldn't get up to 50%, and we start to break below it. Pair flag, and we'll keep going down and coming back strong now. Rejection of these lows, failure to continue low. This was a failure. This red candle was a failure to break lower, and we broke the high of this candle. That's indicating that we'll continue back up. I would like to see this gap being closed, then I will be thinking we'll pull back and we'll buy on the second leg. Other than that, if you trade it, just to be careful, it's not going to move as much as the rest of the bears because, as I said, Swiss is not moving as much as I expected. What that is, New Zealand. Okay, guys, I'm going to call it a day. Good luck for the next week trade. Remember very well, do not trade too much. Do not overtrade. Do not overloading your money on a losing trade. Do not open add to your losing trade. So much you can do with a small amount of money to move to gain a lot of bips because the market is very high volatility these days. Okay. Thanks very much, guys. If that's your first time, please subscribe, like, so we can grow this channel together. And have a great rest of Saturday and Sunday. And I see you on Monday, hopefully, for live stream. Thanks, guys. Take care. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.